Hi, my name is Liam. I live in Westchester, New York, and I've been living with HIV for 6 years. I was diagnosed with HIV on right after my 21st birthday. It was my first year out in New York City Pride. I was 21, I was having fun. I was out with my friends doing all the typical things that one may do on Pride. We had a great time, and my next weekend, I went out to Fire Island, quintessential queer experience in my mind at the time. And I showed up and I had a rash on the side of my leg. And it scared me because I didn't know what it was. I went and got tested for everything. And a few days later, I got the call while I was at work. And my life flashed before my eyes. And I realized that although I didn't know or ever imagine that I'd be diagnosed with HIV, a lot of what I've lived through and what I've been through led me to this moment. I remember being a young child and noticing a couple of my cousins who were a little different, and people in my family, you could tell that they talked behind their backs and quietly. And I remember hearing the word AIDS at a really young age, before I even knew what being gay was. So that made me pair being gay and having HIV with being dirty and something that was a secret. So it took me a long time to figure out what I wanted and who I was, and so I found validation in sex. And my parents found out I was gay through finding out I was having sex at a young age. And then it was thrown under the rug. I wasn't spoken about. I was shut off from the world. I had to involve myself in school activities. I didn't want to be home. I was ashamed of who I was, so I kept myself creating and performing and making people laugh. And when I went to college, I jumped right into being gay, being my true authentic self. And I knew about HIV and I knew what I could have done to protect myself. So when I was diagnosed, I had this incredible shame and guilt that I had let my family members down, my cousin down, that I had let my parents down. And now I had this new secret that I had to come out all over again with. And I held on to that secret for about 3 years. And when I came out to my cousin, who at age 5 I knew had HIV, she was upset. And I immediately felt that guilt that I had let her down and I had let my parents down. When I came out, some of the first things they said was, "We hope you don't get HIV." And I always wanted to prove to my parents that I could take care of myself. And when I was diagnosed with HIV, I had no other choice but to take care of myself. So for 3 years, I took the battle. I took my life back on my own. And when I was ready, I told my family and I told the world. And I was met with some pushback. But overall, people are supportive. And the people that tell you no or call you dirty or say things to you that hurt you, those people don't deserve to be in your life. And when I was younger and feeling alone, I wish I had someone to tell me that there isn't one way to live your life, that there is ways to find validation and love in yourself, that you don't need to go out and put yourself in vulnerable positions and put your life at risk, your relationships on the line, and your future. But I just want to let people know that living with HIV and being diagnosed does not prevent you from doing anything.